A lot of the existing literature on leadership assumed that leadership was whatever a leader did, whatever someone in a formal leadership position did. That's not very useful if you're trying to develop ideas about what people in formal leadership positions should do, because it's a bit circular. So instead, when we were trying to get an idea of what we meant by leadership, we talked to a lot of people who had leadership experience, people in the humanitarian sector, to ask actually what is the job. It generally tended to come down to three main things. Firstly, what some people call a vision, deciding what it is that the program, that the humanitarian intervention is meant to achieve. Secondly, it involves a strategy, a way of ensuring that the limited resources you have in terms of money and time and person power are pointed in the direction. You're getting the most out of your limited resources to try and achieve the vision, to try and get what it is that the program is for. And thirdly, the third piece of leadership is about the implementation. So it's overseeing, knowing what's going on. Often, obviously, because these situations are complex and dynamic, it's also often about redoing the strategy as new elements come to light. So leadership for us really is whatever gets these three things done. An answer to the question of what are we trying to achieve, an answer to the question of how are we going to use our scarce resources to achieve it, and ongoing oversight of that process. The interesting thing, when you take that definition of leadership, that is the vision, the strategy, and the implementation, is that that's not necessarily all going to be done by one person. When you move the definition from being leadership is what a leader does to being leadership is fulfilling these functions, getting these jobs done, you have a very different idea. You know, it opens up other possibilities in terms of what is this thing that we're actually talking about. And one of the key things that opens up is actually you can have different people doing different bits of that leadership, either singly or in combination. And so leadership becomes a rather more interesting and shared concept. You know, the question about how do you do good leadership becomes how do you ensure that those three elements of leadership are successfully achieved.